I was going to touch base. If it's all right with you, we'll start recording here in a minute, and then.
Yeah, how am I framed and stuff? I don't want too much headroom.
I don't see any video.
Oh, you don't see any video? Wait a second. Michele, I'm losing my touch.
There you are.
Okay. Oh,
Nice.
that's okay. I'm gonna sit on a pillow. Do you want it closer?
Oh, that's fine. It's perfect.
Okay.
You sound good. How are you doing?
I think I'm doing okay.
Yeah. How's the North Shore doing?
North Shore is freaking crazy, batshit nuts, crabby, happy. It's everything. It's crazy. Don't come up here. It's scary.
No, that's what I've heard.
I just did a proclamation at Tiki, like we're hanging it up to tell the tourists, their rules, be kind. If you're not kind, we're going to have you walk the plank to another restaurant.
I'll put it all on there. I don't care. I've got a bunch of good questions for you too. I put a question on the Instagram, and a bunch of people have asked questions here in the last hour or so we can go through a couple of those if you want to.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we can do a dual podcast, a dual release. So tell me how Tiki and Niki's going. What's the current status? This is what today is, what, August 17th here on the island. Tell me where you're at.
We are open 5 days a week. We're booked up 2 months in advance, but that's because we're only 50% occupancy.
Right.
So
did you go up to 75? Was it?
We did. We went up and did just all the reservations booked up then too. But the island, as you know, Joey, and probably anybody else listening from Hawaii knows, it's just hundreds of thousands of people are coming in.
Right.
Sometimes 60,000 a day into Hawaii, and they're hungry and they can't get their rental cars and they can't get the right hotels, and it's booked like crazy.
Yeah, it is very frustrating for everybody. And I'll reach out to them all the time to say, I know it's the end of September, but you better get in it now. You better go now and start working on it, because you're not going to get in anywhere. Everything's booked up. So you better start doing it now.
And make your reservations for dinner wherever you want to eat 2 months in advance, because there aren't enough, because everything's 50% and half of our restaurants closed. There aren't enough places for people to eat.
Right. And I see a lot of places that are trying to look like they're going to open, but ain't nobody's. We can't even open our nice restaurant at the hotel because they can't hire anybody yet.
Yeah, that's why we're only open 5 days a week. I was the first to mandate vaccines, and I know I've already taken a lot of crap. I can take it.
No, you started it. Now everybody's finally on the train, and they're going to have to be,
But I lost about 20% on my staff. They didn't want to take the vaccine, so I said, I'm sorry. I've got an ICU nurse for a brother and a retired deputy medical examiner for a brother, and they both were in the beginning of it and just said, "Don't fuck with this. This is the nastiest death they've ever seen." So.
And one of the things that everybody's saying, the FDA hadn't approved it. FDA hadn't approved it. Do you know how much paperwork it takes for a regular vaccine to go through the lawyers? 2 18-wheeler full truckloads to go through. And a vaccine usually takes 10 years to go through the FDA and everything else. But just to get everybody's approval, like from the pharmaceutical, so they're not liable, and everybody else to go through it, usually takes 10 years, and usually it's 2 truckloads worth of lawyer paperwork. It's bad enough when you sign a mortgage, but you can imagine for a vaccine, them trying to cover their butts. So, and they said they're trying to get it done, but they're not going to say yes until they can know that their butt's covered. They're not going to be liable. For whatever. So that they're trying to compress it, and it's if people were dying, of the vaccine, you'd freaking hear about it. It would be everywhere. People would be going ape shit. So really, I hear you. A bunch of YouTube experts out there. So that's okay. But please don't come to Kauai unless you have your vaccination, or or deal with all of us, because we're trying to make it and, trying to exist. And we've got things kind of open now, and now they've kind of stepped backwards, and it's not going to be long before they really step backwards if things don't turn it around.
Except for Honolulu, Oahu, all the other islands, we have tiny, tiny hospitals.
Right. And they're full in Honolulu.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why we can't, and we especially can't, nothing can happen here because we don't have room anyway. If something happens, we got to go to Oahu.
Yep.
And if there's no room in Oahu, what are they going to do then?
Right.
So, oh, it's exciting. How's the traffic? Like, is the traffic backed up past the Princeville Marketplace, or is it just crazy? Or can you even get to Princeville Marketplace?
You can get to Princeville Marketplace. We finally turned 2 lanes into 3. So if you're listening from Ohio or someplace, we had a big landslide between Princeville and Honolulu. And so you can only get to Honolulu through a convoy at certain times of the day. So you have to normally wait probably 2 hours before they're ready to go. I think they do 4 a day or something. And it's open on Sunday, so you can go back 1 lane at a time. But traffic was backed up for about a mile and nobody could get to work. So finally the county took 2 lanes, made them 3. So I luckily have a truck. So when everything was backed up, I just, that looks like a nice green highway.
So I can get around this.
I just went over terrain.
Right.
But now I
good.
can.
Yeah.
Now I can get to work legally.
Well, good. Yeah. I mean, I've been telling people, if you're going to go Sunday, but everybody goes on Sunday. So I don't know if that's going to help you much, but it's going to be, you're going to be ready to wait and, use the bathroom before you get in line, I guess.
Yeah. Well, actually, sometimes people park their cars in the line and they come and have lunch at Tiki and Iggy, and then they go back and they still have another hour to wait.
Right. All right. Well, tell everybody where you're at up there in Princeville, where they can come and have.
I'm here
if they can get in.
Getting my bidet fixed.
Oh,
that's Lenny.
Nice. There you go.
That's Lenny. He built our house.
Nice. You got to keep that bidet going. Nice. So are you ready for October 30th or what?
October 30th? You mean the tour?
Isn't October 30th? Isn't that the Hall of Fame induction? Isn't that the ceremony?
Oh geez. We never talk about that, so I didn't even think. We'll be on the road.
Yeah.
Doing a tour. I think our tour starts October 3rd or 4th, something like that.
Okay.
So that night we'll be playing in I think Cincinnati. Right. And they'll cut to the show. They'll cut live to Todd.
Oh, nice. So
but
any live day? Have they done any live dates? Have y'all out there anywhere? Have y'all been out? Or I know you're doing the virtual stuff there for a while, or? Yeah,
the virtual thing was amazing. It was the, next best thing to touring and being live. But I've just done 1 show with Intoxicats, or I did 2 shows, but all in the same weekend. I flew out, I guess about 2 weeks ago to do some Intoxicat shows. And I'm supposed to fly out and do one this weekend.
The 21st.
It's a little scary out there. So I'm, it got a little nutty since the last time I was in Minneapolis. So I'm being really careful. But looking forward to Todd's shows. I won't be performing, but I will be backstage stripping him naked for each number.
Right. Nice. Going through it. Nice.
I remember which costume he's going to wear. I screwed up on one tour once.
So how many dates is he going out?
Gosh, I never counted the dates, but I know it's October 4th, and then our last one is November 17th.
Wow.
And he's playing in he's doing 3 shows in most cities. So that is really cool when you get to go to a city, plunk down and go eat at their the restaurant that you're supposed to eat at. And
get to explore a little bit. Yeah. You're not like in and out all of a sudden. Yeah. That's great. Yeah. Awesome. Well, good. Well, I just wanted to touch base with you and see how the North Shore was going. I'm going to put an episode out. I may put this out on on your feed also, and hopefully you'll do some more podcasts for everybody and just But I do have some questions for you from your Instagram. So hang on here. Let's see those. I put it up there earlier today or a
Oh,
couple of hours ago, and we got a bunch of
all my
questions
laundry,
for
my
you.
new- While you're looking, I'll show off my new boots.
Oh, nice. I like those. Perfect.
Perfect for the beach, huh?
They're the same side. They're the same color on both sides. Yep. Okay. Nice. I
Well,
like it. Oh,
yeah, it's
with
like-
the stripe. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. I see. Gotcha. You could mix it up though.
I could.
All right. So this one is from iHazen62 on Instagram on the Michele Rundgren podcast feed. If you're not following it, please follow it. This is a question she had. Michele, what's your favorite song?
Gosh, my favorite song actually is probably a Grieg song that it's there's a tie. But
Okay,
it
that's
has
all right.
to do
You
with
can have a time.
early memories. So Belafonte, anything off of a Belafonte record, because I was little and would just put my ear to the speaker. And I think I even mentioned it in one of my podcasts that when I was 5, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to grow up and be a Black singer, Black male singer.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
And then Hall of the Mountain King by Grieg. It's one of the first things that I choreographed for myself also at 5. So,
Right.
and it wears you out too. So those are the two most, I think, influential songs in my life, and my favorite songs because
They got some deep grooves in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Here's another one from DH Joy, Joy. How do you stay so positive?
Somebody just talked to me about that yesterday, and it has to do with my upbringing. I drew the golden ticket with my parents, and they were always positive. My mom, she's gone now, so is my dad, but my mom was even more positive than so it came from them. And in fact, once anybody gives me a compliment, I always say, "Oh, that's my mom's fault." They say, "Oh, that's my mom's fault."
No, well, good.
I just I grew up in beautiful places too. I think that has something to do with it. Gorgeous surroundings of trees and rivers and lakes and oceans and beautiful air and beautiful flowers. And
yeah, it's hard to be grumpy when you look up and it's beautiful.
Yes, and Astoria, Oregon is where I grew up. It rains all the time, but none of us noticed.
Right. Nice. All right, here's another one from Heather at Beach. Will you come back to my house for another visit?
Yes, Heather. As soon as all the fires are down, and yeah, Heather is one of my best buddies from high school, my cheerleading partner in crime. But no, we were goody two shoes. We really were. But she actually got way better grades. I got good grades. Heather got excellent grades.
You looked on her paper. There you go.
Yeah.
She was one to look to.
And so we are still connected, and it was great to go up there just a couple months ago. And we're both Seahawks fans.
Okay. All right. Nice. Well, this next one is appropriate to new band. So please follow Micheles Band. It's on Instagram at Those Intox Cats, ICATS there. All right, here we go. Here's a question about your band. Please tell us about your tiki band, the Intoxicats. This is from GANZ Moby on Instagram.
Cool. Well, it's actually just Intoxicats, not the. So there's the first part.
Okay.
Because we just thought that sounded hipper, Intoxicats. So I've told this story before. I met Rick and Amy when Rick, Amy, and I put the band together. Well, Rick did most of the work and Amy, but they came into Tiki Niki. He looks like an Aristocat, and she looks like Betty Page.
Right.
So they were all vintaged out in tiki wear, and I'm like, I need to know who you are. And they're like, yes, you do. So I just, somebody watch the door. I'm having cocktails with these people. And we just had such a sharing and love of music. And they work in Minneapolis with all the best musicians in Minneapolis. A lot of guys that played for famous bands, Rick would hire to do what? Oh, I thought you were talking to me. Rick would hire the best guys in Minneapolis to play on the Target songs that he was working on, or other jingles or music.
Right.
So they happen to be hanging out with a lot of musicians, and he says, yeah, hey, Amy and I want to do a tiki band with Michele Rundgren. And they were like, I'm in. So we got the best cats. Oh, I just can't believe it. Sometimes I just turn around while I'm singing and just listen to the band. They're fabulous. They're just, oh, and the horn parts are all arranged by Michael, who arranged a lot of work for Prince and played on Prince records and stuff. So like I said, almost everybody's played for famous people.
Nice.
So.
No, it's really good. Everybody, please check that out. All right. Okay. Here's another one from Jen KMAN 61. You guys all right? We kind of touched on this, but just a general question. You guys all right?
Are we all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a little scared's not the right word. We are being safe, but it's hard to be completely safe with so many unvaccinated people. And I know I don't want to rock the boat. I just Todd's very militant about his belief that everyone should be vaccinated and those who aren't are idiots. But and I guess I feel like that, but I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings yet. I would love it if people stayed alive. I mean, this thing is gnarly. It's really gnarly. So I forgot where it was. Yes, we're safe. We walk the dogs on the beach every day at 6:30, and then come home and have a cocktail and dinner and watch the sunset. It's a rough life.
Nice. All right, here's the last one. I swear that I didn't prompt this one. It wasn't me. I'm not Debster 526, but here it is. I hope you bring back your podcast again. I love the details of your life, your past, your present, and your future.
You know, I'm not ruling it out. I'm not ruling it out at all. What I really wanted, and I think Joey, you and I talked about this, what I really wanted to do, and I'm not going to be able to do it on this tour because I'm on Todd's tour, because I'm managing the meet and greet, and then I'm doing all the costumes for getting everything ready backstage, and then I'm in the show, I'm doing it. But what I wanted to do was every time we played a town, set up a podcast in a restaurant somewhere and do it live with everybody before a Todd show. And so I think that's what I'll try to do maybe the next tour.
Yeah, we're gonna get out of this thing. It's gonna be clear. We're gonna be bigger venues. Everybody be able to get together and actually hug each other and see each other again. That's what we're going for. So that sounds like a good plan to me.
Yeah, and that before I would like read people's stories or something, and I'd like everybody just to get up and read their story if they want, or ask live questions, and I'll ask them questions, and I think that'd be way more fun for me.
Right. Well, I know it's fun. I know it's fun for your audience to hear anything from you and to hear what's going on with you right now. And I appreciate your time. Thank you. Seriously.
All right. Take care, Joy. I'll venture down south at some point.
Yep. Come down south and see me. We're around.
Aloha. Aloha, everybody. Aloha.